You sharing it there, Billy? We're live. Yeah, we're live. This is our first call-in show in probably a year, isn't it? Hold on. Let me turn. You're two.
Got me on mute. You got me muted. There we go. There we go.
You know why I got you muted?
You don't want nobody to hear what I got to tell them.
That's right. I can already tell you're going to be flapping your gums the whole show.
Hey.
Flapping your gums the whole show. What's going on out there, everybody? That's right. It's the Bobby and Billy show. Do you like the name of that show, Billy? By the Bobby and Billy, or is it Billy and Bobby show?
I like the Volunteer Roadshow.
The Volunteer Roadshow?
Yeah. But if that's what you called it, did you call it the Billy Bobby?
Well, we got these Bobby versus Billy videos we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's our first call-in show in probably a year. You want to call in and talk to...
I'm going to put a hat on.
Yeah, put your hat on.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Now I'm official.
Tell them the number, Billy.
Do what?
Tell them the number. Do you remember our old call-in number? Let's see how good you are.
Was it 424-1342?
What was the area code?
865. That's
865.
the VOL.
What's going on out there for everybody? We're back at you. Sponsored by Blue Water Climate Control. Did you know that 8 out of 10 Blue Water Climate Control's customers actually book online?
You know, I didn't know.
Everything's online now.
That's the best way, man. It's easier.
DoorDash, Grubhub. I seen a lady today at the Kroger when I went out to the car before you come out, but there's a special section at the Kroger where it's like curbside pickup, and the lady brought out all these boxes and put it in the car for her.
Bobby, hey, I'm trying to share this show, and I can't share it.
Why?
It's not letting me.
Why ain't it letting you? I shared it. Some places.
You special.
You might have to.
I'm going to go back to it.
Go back to it. We're also sponsored by Hound Dogs. They got everything you want, orange and white, power tea. Got Shane Bentley. Remember Shane Bentley? He used to come in here all the time. Remember him?
I ain't heard him in a while.
I heard, I don't know this is true, Shane, but I heard that Georgia might have the NCAA sniffing around at their front door like they did my Vols. But how you doing, Shane? He says, how's it going, Billy and Bobby? Matt Dummett. What's up, Catfish and Billy? Matt 7397 said, I'm very happy with this AD, but that is just me. I've got an opinion on this AD. Amanda Boshears is over here on Facebook. Before we go any further, that's because you got to hit that button. There was an update.
Okay. That's what it is.
Yeah. You see this big old, it's a 6-footer, isn't it? Is it 6 foot wide?
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm going to measure. We're going to be giving this thing away. Hold on a second. Let me get my measurements going.
There we go.
Yeah, it's 6 foot by 32 inches tall. It's a canvas. Really nice. And we're going to be giving it away. Here's some ways that you can
Register.
Win. On Facebook, follow and like the Volunteer Roadshow page. Share a post. Billy, you can like a post, comment on a post. Follow us on Twitter at Vols Roadshow. Comment, retweet a post, or tweet. Is it a post or a tweet on Twitter? What do they call them?
Tweet.
Tweet. Yeah, if you retweet a tweet, you get a chance. Like, comment. Same thing on YouTube. Subscribe, comment. VolunteerRoadshow.com profile members are going to be entered in, and you don't even have to be a Tennessee fan to be a profile member. You get 20% off of everything in the store. Those are ways that you can win that very, very nice print. It's several $100s at Hound Dogs.
Yeah,
very expensive.
Yeah.
And they're very nice. But we're going to be giving it away sometime this off season before the football season starts. So you get a lot of chances to win. So if you're on YouTube's, go in the description and it'll give you a link for our Facebook page and our Twitter handle at Vols Roadshow. That's a way to enter. And if you're on Facebook, go over to we've got 2 YouTube channels. We've got the Roadshow Locker Room, which we're probably going to rename that, but that's where we're doing just our live show. We just started that channel. It only has a few hundred subscribers, and it's eligible for the drawing. And our main YouTube channel that we started on, 4 years ago, Volunteer Roadshow. That's all you got to do is type in volunteer. Then by the time you put R for Roadshow, it knows what you're going to, and it'll give you a selection up there. So those are all the ways you can win that. We might even be giving away a lamp, a UT lamp from Hound Dogs. What else do we have? And we got
we had the barrel.
The barrel plaque. We'll be introducing these things in future shows here coming up. So anyway, if you want to call in, this is our first call-in show. We used to do call-in shows all the time, Billy.
Yeah, I miss them, man. I miss listening to the fans asking questions and getting answers.
Yeah, me too. It's 865-424-1342, and you'll be able to hear the show while you're on hold. Did you know that, Billy?
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. We've got 3 people watching us on Twitter. We've got about 10 or 12 on YouTube's, and looks like 35 or 40 on Facebook. We need to get that number up. So share this right now on Facebook. That'll also put you in a chance to win it. But we're going to talk about this athletic director. But go ahead and give some shout-outs on Facebook. I did YouTube's.
Let's see who we get over here. So we got Amanda, says that Boshears. She said, hey, guys. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? Walter Williams over here. Let's see. He said, is it cause of MEMS? I'm not sure what he was referring to.
What's that?
He said, is it cause of MEMS? I guess the violations or whatever. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So did I pronounce Amanda's last name correctly?
I think it is Boshears.
Okay, because she just said, thank you, Bobby, for pronouncing my last name correctly.
Well, that's because I announced it before you did.
I didn't know you announced it.
Yeah, I announced it earlier. She was complimenting me.
I got Scott Hester over here. He said, hey, guys, how's it going, Scott? Preston Hess, hey, fellows, how's it going? Stacy Furr, do you think the Vols will hire Freeze considering he was involved in recruiting violations prior? Oh, man, that's going to be...
What's the question? Freeze?
Basically, do you think we'll hire Freeze?
No, there's no chance. Yeah, there's not a snowball's chance in Hades.
I don't think he will either, so it's just going to be... just getting fired for hiring somebody for firing the same person for the same situation. I don't think that would happen. So,
is she bringing us shrimp?
No, I'm surprised.
Man, you can't beat this, Billy.
Let's see. Walter Williams. He said the administration already said no.
You know what I heard? I heard something that I don't know if I like it, Billy.
Which one?
They said that we were going to be hiring a new up-and-coming coach.
I mean, I want some fresh blood that got an offensive mind. I'm serious. I really want somebody that comes in that has a offensive mind that can put up some points and, give. I want to be able to give Bama a fit. I want to put up 60 points too.
Hey, Sean Ellis, Big Cat, your teammate. You know what he told me?
Hey, exactly.
You know who he wants. He wants a defensive-minded coach, and you know who he told me? Rex Ryan.
Man, we don't need Rex, man. We don't need Rex.
He played for Rex Ryan, didn't he?
Yeah,
he played for Rex Ryan.
I mean, of course he's going to advocate for his coach.
Then he said Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, but I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Oh, we got a caller. This will be our first caller in a year.
Man, Let's make it happen. Let's see what they got.
Let's see what we got here. What you got for Catfish and Billy,
Yo.
caller? How you
Hey,
doing?
Catfish and Billy, what's up?
Not much. Who we got?
This is Dub
Hey, Dub.
over in Knoxville, North Carolina.
Glad to have you. So what do you think about this athletic director and who are we going to hire? Do you have any inside scoop?
Unfortunately, I don't, but I think it's a good AD hire, from what I can tell.
Yeah, he did a lot at UCF. Isn't that where he came from, UCF?
Yeah.
He's like the fourth highest paid athletic director in the country. I think he's the highest paid in the SEC, $1.8 million. So who do you want as coach? If you had if you could hire a coach, who would it be?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people saying they want Lane Kiffin back. I don't know about that. Maybe Adam Gase from the Jets. Seen that floating around.
That's an offensive mind for you, Adam Gates. That was a Peyton blessing. And didn't he bless his name at Miami to get hired down there before he went to the Jets?
Yeah, I think so. But, regardless of whoever coach, he'll be pulling for the Vols on Saturdays no matter what. That's how I look at it.
Me too.
And so,
So what do you think about these these violations? You got any scoop of what the actual violations were? I hear we're paying players in McDonald's bags. Do you think that's really true?
Probably not, You just got to wait and see for what comes out. Maybe there were violations, maybe there weren't, but I guess it's just got to go through the process.
I agree with that. I don't like the idea of Vol fans being very, very happy that the investigation uncovered violations just so they could fire Jeremy Pruitt. What do you think about that? Because that could set us back. Probation, fines, bowl ineligibility. Of course, I don't think that'll be an issue this year.
Yeah. I hadn't read too much into it, to be honest with you. I've been real busy this year, but, I check it out, and I just want the best for the program in all sports and football, And like I said, I'll be pulling for the Vols on Saturday.
Well, that's what we need. We need to stick with them through thick and thin, no matter what. They're my boys.
Yep. That's right. And I hope y'all are having a good New Year.
We are.
And
I'm starting my New Year's resolution tomorrow. And don't say anything, Billy.
What's that?
The same one everybody else does every year.
Stop it.
You going on a diet?
He calls it a diet, but to me, it's more of a ride of the belly.
He's been flapping his gums all day. I got this shake mix called Recover, and he started laughing. He said, "What you gonna be recovering from?" Like I'm not even gonna be working out. I'm working out. I mean it this time. Anyway, well, I appreciate you calling. We got another caller on hold. Do you have anything else? We just want to hear from you guys. Say something. Is that all you got?
Yeah, Billy, I got a raffle item for you. I'll shoot you an email with that.
And, yeah, cool.
Go Vols.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
Yep, see y'all.
All right, we got another caller. 765 area code.
Where's that at?
I don't remember. What you got for Bobby and Billy Ratliff? How you doing, caller?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Doing good.
Dan, I'm from Indiana.
Indiana.
I live in Indiana, but I'm from down Tennessee. My thing is, my opinion about our coach is I'm all on the Lane train. I think we should bring him back.
Billy?
Who that? Lane?
Yeah, Lane Kiffin.
I mean, if he is willing to come back and and coach and stay in it for the long run and not just to, I guess practice before he goes somewhere else, And I know the man. He has apologized to everybody but the right people so far for him leaving, because I know he, in his mind right now, he know he messed up and he should have stayed from the beginning, because he wanted to go back home where his roots were, back at USC, but I don't think he thought it through before he went back out there.
Do you think the fan base would forgive him? Are we that desperate that we would forgive him for doing that?
Right now they are. I think the fan base is that desperate right now. You know, I think Tennessee's going to have to be that desperate right now. They need – I'm just saying, I need a coach that can put up points right now, and that's the only thing that college football is about right now. It's not defensive-minded or stopping people or anything like that. It's who can score the most points now. And right now, I think he's one of those guys that could compete with Alabama to score points.
I think he would be a good hire. I just don't think he's coming. But I did read an article. I don't remember if it was A to Z or 247 Sports that said this AD, and I don't know why. I didn't read the whole article because we were setting up for the show, but it said this Danny White made it a lot more possible for us to hire Lane Kiffin. They must have some connections somewhere.
And somebody said something wrong with our audio.
Yeah, I saw that. I listened. It sounds good. Did our audio sound good to you when you were listening to us before you called in?
Yeah, it did.
All right, cool.
That sounded good.
Cool.
I have one more question.
What's that?
Who do you think the two are that's going to come back out of the transfer portal?
Who do you think will come back out of the transport portal?
Who's coming back out? Yeah, there's been rumors that two were going to come back to us.
Who's that? I didn't hear you.
Two players.
Who?
They said that two players were going to come out of the transfer portal. You know, the four that entered, Henry, Gray, Crouch, they said that two of those might come back. I read that an article somewhere about that.
From what I understand, and I'm not an expert on this transfer portal, but I'm basically heard it that, you know, you're still at Tennessee officially, I guess. Mm-hmm. And it's basically right. You've opened up, you're a free agent kind of, you're allowing teams to contact you, and that you don't have to accept anything. You can come back. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I think about the whole transfer portal situation. I mean, I think it's more of like coming out for the draft with basketball. They're testing the waters right now, because right now I don't know any player in their right mind, personally me, would be transferred unless they have a golden ticket. Because right now, there's no scholarships for these guys that are transferring unless they're going to just open up a space at a big-time school or a small school. They're playing with fire right now.
Right. All right, guys. Well, that's all the questions I got. I'll let you all go.
I appreciate you calling in. This is the first call-in show we've done on here in probably a year. Everything's just been live shows, reading comments. We thought we'd bring it back out now that we were looking for a new coach.
I seen that, and I thought, well, hell, I'm going to try to call.
You can say whatever you want to on here.
All right, fellas. Well, it was nice talking to you, and
appreciate it.
Maybe we'll get Lane Kiffin.
Keep your fingers crossed. Do you really think there's a chance of getting Lane Kiffin?
I don't know.
If you put the odds on it or a percentage,
I think it's gonna be low because he just signed a big contract.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we'd be willing to pay that kind of money to get him out of that contract.
These dang buyouts, though, that's got to end.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, that buyout stuff is killing it, man. I mean, it's like, fire me if you want to. I'm still gonna get paid. I feel like they're not working as hard if they're doing that.
Oh, we got Mark Taylor over here on Facebook said the reason the Lane article came out is Danny's brother is the AD at FAU where Lane was last. Okay. I knew there was a connection, but I didn't get that far down in the article. I don't know. These buyouts are crazy. Did you see where, before we get this next caller, did you see where Pruitt's hired an attorney and said this whole firing was an orchestration and it was a inside job just so they could fire him and they wouldn't have to pay his buyout?
Well, hey, when they start hitting your pocket, man, you got to find a way to get your money, man. So
He'll get something.
He'll get something. It won't be nowhere near $12 million.
No, but he's going to get something.
He'll get something.
Gonna get something. Troy Cochran wants to know, Troy, is he the one that donated the canvas? Is that who that is? No, it's Troy Dowdy.
Let's try Dowdy.
Wrong, Troy. How you doing, Troy Cochran? I don't know who we're going to get. We're going to find out because this next caller might know who we're getting. Let me get him over here. Is it Jenny? How you doing? What you got for Bobby and Billy?
I don't know who is going to be our next coach, but I do know I do not want Lane Kiffin back. I don't know why everybody's on this crazy. I don't even know what to call it. It's crazy. But I really want to know what Billy, as a former player, does he really want somebody who's left our program? And I blame him, a lot of the blame on him for just leaving like he did, for our program being in the position that it is, to be honest. Because I was at Tennessee from 2000 to 2005, and we were pretty solid.
Yeah.
So when I was there, we had Casey Clausen, we had Jason Witten, we had we had a lot of great players.
So that's what I asked Billy a minute ago. Did we forget what he did? Are we really that desperate to want Lane Kiffin back?
So here, this is what I say about the whole situation with Kiffin right now. Kiffin, if you think about it, these kids didn't play for Kiffin.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I understand what he did.
That's been 12 years ago.
Yes, I understand what he did, but it's still a job that needs to be filled. And if they can get a coach like Kiffin, if he's willing to come over here, you got to take him.
I just haven't forgiven him, though.
Well, that's not our place.
Well, I can have an opinion.
Well, you can have your opinion, but when those wins and W's come in place, you don't have an opinion with that.
But he's not coming here. I
just don't see it. If he do, I mean, I will take it. I'm serious. I will take it.
Would you really?
I will. The only bad thing he did was just leave.
No, that wasn't the only bad thing he did.
What else he did bad?
He left in the middle of the night.
He left. That's the only bad thing. He left.
But, I mean, the way he left.
Hey.
It was definitely was the way he left. Now, I was long gone from Tennessee at that point. Like I said, I was there when John Henderson was there, Albert Hainsworth. They were older than me, but so I was long gone by the time Lane Kiffin got there. Fulmer was still the coach when I left. But I mean, you know, I'm just sad because I've been a Tennessee fan my entire life. My dad went to Tennessee. He had been a Tennessee fan since he was a teenager. And my whole family, like my brother and sister, they're both Tennessee fans. Neither one of them went to Tennessee. I'm the only one that did. And they are big Tennessee fans just because we all are. And it's just sad. As my dad, he's passed on, so he's never got to see it this bad. I mean, I guess he was a fan during like the 70s. They weren't very good, but and part of the 80s, but still it's just sad seeing the great teams we had in the 90s and in the early 2000s, and just it's just frustrating. And I hate this coach merry-go-round. I don't know why everybody thinks that a coach is supposed to be here for a year or two and they're supposed to be great. I don't understand the fans' mindset.
I don't either. Hey, Billy, this might be our first female caller in the history of the Volunteer Roadshow.
It is. And anything else, I'm surprised because we have a lot ladies that watch the show.
To do the Lexus Hornbuckle show we do.
Well, hey, I hope she
What was your name, Jenny?
It's Jenny, yeah.
I'll tell you what you do.
I'm originally from Tennessee. I'm from Memphis originally.
Go to volunteerroadshow.com. You'll see Billy's ugly mug and my ugly mug at the top. But at the top it says register for an account. Register, and we're going to start turning some features on there, but just register. You'll get a coupon code automatically for 20% off. But if you email bobbyc@volunteerroadshow.com, from the same email address that you registered with, I'm going to send you a free face mask with a big Tennessee face mask. Free. No shipping, no nothing. How's that sound?
Oh,
for being
That
our
sounds good.
first.
I've already registered.
Oh, you
I
are?
think yeah, you picked me one day for for something. I got
Did we send it to you?
I got face masks.
Did
Yeah,
we?
you did. But I'll take more face masks.
I'll
because they're
send you
really,
another
I
one.
use them.
Just
And I live
email me.
and I live in Florida, so I'm trying to get my Tennessee, even though it's embarrassing right now. But I still support my Vols.
Oh, okay.
I still support my Vols.
When did you?
I was at work.
Do you follow us on Facebook?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I think I know who this is. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
we were giving away face masks, footballs, and hammocks or something, and I can't remember. Yeah. Okay, you watch this. You comment a lot. I know Jenny. Okay, Jenny with a G, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. See, I told you, Billy. Thank you for
right.
calling. Thank
No
you for
problem.
calling.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up watching, like, I was a teenager watching Billy on the field. So, and my dad, every Saturday. every Saturday.
Billy
Ratliff.
Ratliff.
Big screen TV.
Billy's famous. Did you know that? Everybody, I could run into a Tennessee fan in California, and I have. And I've been recognized when I was driving a truck. You know what they say? Oh, you're Billy Ratliff's partner. I go, yeah, I'm Billy Ratliff's partner.
Yeah, you're full of it.
It's not just Billy. Sean Ellis was on the other day.
Leonard Little.
I remember that.
Leonard Little was on. Yeah, we've had a bunch of them on.
I mean, I remember all of them.
We had Coach Fulmer come on, what was it, 2 years ago? Mm-hmm. And he said, and it just dawned on me. He said, Billy, you were a part of the winningest era in modern football, Tennessee modern football history. I don't know if can we get back to the 90s?
It's gonna take some time, man. We gotta get some players though.
I know. We just don't
We
have
got to
the
get players that want to play like you guys did. Al Wilson he's one of my favorites. And like, I just don't see that anymore. Like that intensity, even with some of the guys that were there when I was there, like John Henderson, Albert Haynesworth, Travis Henry, Travis Stevens. They wanted to be there. They wanted to win. And when they said that, oh, you're going to lose to Florida, that 2001 game, they went down there and just ran.
That was Spurrier's last game at the Swamp. And I've heard Billy and Jeff Coleman mention this, that when Billy was there and Jeff was there, John Henderson and Albert Haynesworth were like third and fourth stringers. That's how deep we were on that defensive line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. Well, thank you, Jenny. I'm glad you called in. You've been a loyal follower, and we'll appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. Go Vols.
Go Vols. It's nice when you can put in a voice with a name. She's always commenting. Always. Man, we're getting stacked up here. Let's see what we got. A 706. This looks like David Roberts. What you got for Billy Ratliff and his partner?
I want to say a big shout out from Northeast Georgia. I'm about an hour from Dog Nation, but I like flying my big T here, representing. What I want to ask you guys is, what do you think about Billy Napier and Neil Brown?
I haven't heard those names. You, Billy?
I haven't, but I'll take them.
Why?
Well, I read an article about Danny White talking about him. Neil Brown's from West Virginia, and Napier is from Coastal Carolina, I think.
Yep, that's your boy, Billy.
Yeah,
I'll take him, man.
I know he would. When we had a round table with Billy, Jeff Coleman, Leonard Little, and Fred White was doing a show the day they fired Pruitt, and that name kept coming up.
Yeah,
Coastal Carolina job. Do you think he has what it takes to coach in the SEC, though?
Yeah, well, that's a tough question there. Yeah. I'm gonna let Danny White handle that.
I think he do, man. I mean, it's coaching is tough, but as long as you're doing your job, you're getting these kids develop and playing to the best of their abilities, and they're not getting worse over the years. That's what I want to start seeing. I haven't seen it in a long time is progression. If he can do that, I think he'll be successful here.
Well, we'll see. When do you think we'll have a coach before National Signing Day? That's only, what, a week away, 10 days away?
Yes.
You think we'll have a coach
yes,
by
they
then?
have to.
If they don't, do you think they'll ride with Kevin Steele?
Yeah. I don't want Kevin Steele, man.
Caller, what would you do if they rode with Kevin Steele? How would you feel?
No, that's a tough question. Grit my teeth and hope for the best.
That's it. And still root them on, won't you?
Yes, sir, all the way. I bleed orange.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. We're going to try to do a call-in show every Friday night, and we're getting a lot of callers, and we haven't done this in over a year, the actual call-in show. So what do you follow us on? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter? What do you normally follow us on?
Facebook, on
Facebook.
Vol Nation.
Oh, awesome. Well, I appreciate you calling the Volunteer Roadshow.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Yes, sir.
Let's grab another one, man. When they're stacking up, these are some good calls.
423
423 area code. What you got for Billy and Catfish?
What's up, Billy? Billy Ratliff. What's up, Bobby C?
Not much. What are you doing? What you got? Who we gonna have a coach? Who's gonna coach Tennessee?
Lane Kiffin idea is not a good idea.
You think it's a good idea?
Lane Kiffin, we gave Lane Kiffin the job first. The Tennessee they left in the middle of the night after the season's over, and that's a bad idea. Second thing was Jeff Fisher's name was going around, former Titans head football coach. You know what I'm talking about, Bobby C.
Yep.
And you know when he was at the Titans he was undefeated in one season, then the other two, and then we had to let him go from the Titans. But Jeff Fisher, no. But who's the Coastal Carolina head football coach? Who's that?
Is that Jamie Chadwell? Is that who that is?
Yeah, Jamie Chadwell. I think we should go hire Jamie Chadwell to give him a shot at the SEC.
You know who
That's
I
my
think this
opinion.
is? You know who I think this is? Sam Bell.
Correct.
How'd you know?
Jamie Chadwell will be a good hire
You think so?
for the University of Tennessee. Yes.
Well, how's it going up there in Greenville? Is everything okay up there in Greenville? You holding it down up there?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Hey, Billy.
Hey, I'm doing
Billy,
good.
I
Doing
know you
great.
can hear me.
He can hear you. Go ahead.
When are you going to come visit Greenville High School football team? When's that going to happen again?
Whenever I'm invited.
Yeah. Got to be invited.
You're invited, man. You're invited to come down anytime. I don't care.
When did you go speak to the team? Was it last year or year before last?
Year before last.
Year before last,
Yeah.
before we took on Knox, what was it? It's the Black Panthers, Knox Fowl.
Yeah. Well, Sam, I appreciate
Why
you
did
calling.
Jamie Pruitt
Go ahead,
I
Sam.
got one more question.
Yeah.
Why did Jamie Pruitt get fired? What are you hearing? It was over some NCAA violations. What are you hearing?
Well, I don't know if they've actually announced it, but some people are saying that we paid players with a McDonald's bag full of cash.
That's not true. That's a big fat lie. That's not true.
I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying it
I
either.
think the University of Tennessee Athletics is telling a bunch of lies and a bunch of smoke, which they shouldn't be doing.
It's possible. It's possible.
I agree with you.
Walter Williams has a good comment. But I appreciate you calling, Sam. I've got a bunch of calls stacked up. You keep BVD in line up there for me, will you? I'm going to be up there this weekend to
Yes,
see
sir.
him. All right, we'll see you, Sam.
All right. Yes, sir. I'll see you.
Somebody says that Walter Williams says at this point, I think it's going to be someone not mentioned yet. I buy that.
I can see that. I mean, with the new athletic director, picking his own guy and bringing someone in and not worrying about what everybody else think, because this is his hire. He has to have a home run hit.
Yeah. Before we grab this next call, we got Okie Brave already talking smack with Billy. He must have watched our Bobby versus Billy video where we played horse out there. Says maybe Billy can beat Sarah Fuller if she gives him the horse.
Hey, I think you're 2-1, aren't you?
I'm 2-1.
2-1.
You beat me in quarter pitching, and I beat you in darts and horse. Our best fan over in Germany, Sven, said, "What's up?" He said, what did he say? He said, Danny White is a very, very good hire. The dude is a winner, and he don't care what other people think. I hope you're right. Hereford Bradford.
Hold on, which coach would that be?
He was talking about the Danny White athletic director hire was a good one.
Well, I like that. If that's the case, he's gonna be successful.
Yep. Hereford Bradford said, we've already answered that. Who's ahead in our competition? It's 2-1. Catfish is ahead. We're doing cornhole tomorrow. Are we doing cornhole tomorrow? Are you going to chicken out on me?
Okay, now that's something I have never ran away from, and that's competition. Bye.
All right, let's see. Slim Mosley. I hadn't seen him over here in a while. He's a Georgia fan on YouTube. Justin Sanday, all the way over there in Oklahoma. He's saying hi. Harold Denton said he's 56 and getting tired of us putting teams on the field over the past decade or longer who were non-competitive, underachieving teams. That's probably the comment of the show right there. Matt's from down in Ray County wants to know what we think about Tony Elliott, the Clemson offensive coordinator. I wanted Brent Venables when we hired Pruitt. I even made a video about it. But you talked me out of wanting a defensive coordinator.
I really want someone that's offensive minded, really. And I think that's the key to being successful now in the SEC.
Yeah.
Defense, they don't care about it anymore. I mean, the rules are against the defense, so you got to stack yourself up with offense.
How can every defensive tackle say that?
Every defensive player would say that.
Because let's check the 803 area code. But go ahead and finish what you were saying, Billy.
Because just think about it. What rules do they have?
That's true.
That help a defensive player out.
You can't hit anybody anymore.
You can't hit anybody.
It's flag football.
They call it targeting, which is the dumbest word for a defensive penalty, because every offensive player that's out there is our target.
Yep.
They need to just call it spearing, like the rules said it was when I grew up watching it and playing it. Spearing was you couldn't use the crown of your helmet. And the targeting part is, they kicking the kid out the game.
Yeah, I think it's way too punitive.
15-yard
penalty or whatever you're going to do. But I don't think even some of the hits that they're even throwing flags shouldn't even be a flag.
They shouldn't, but that's what they do. They want the offense to score more points.
We got somebody from the 803 area code calling us. What you got for Billy Ratliff and Catfish?
Hey, guys. Good evening. Nice talking to you. This is Tim down here in South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina. We're all over the world, Billy.
Yeah. Y'all are popular men. Let's talk about Lane Kiffin here.
All right.
We all make mistakes. Every single one of us make a mistake every day, some way or another. You got to learn to grow up. You got to be forgiven for your mistakes. Half the fan base wants Hugh Freeze. Well, if you're willing to forgive Hugh Freeze for what he's done, be willing to give Lane Kiffin for what he's done. He was young. He left. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. But he is an offensive-minded coach.
And a genius.
Has charisma.
And a genius.
He is young enough to go out and relate to these athletes that we need. I can remember when he was there flying into Georgia out of Atlanta in a helicopter. Then other coaches started doing that stuff.
Yep.
So I don't think we're going to get him, but as a 55-year-old man that has followed Tennessee football all my life, I mean, Andy Kelly there in 1990 when we just about beat Notre Dame and all this and that,
mm-hmm.
I bleed orange every day, just like everybody listening on this radio show. And I want to see them back more than anything because I'm sick of listening about Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina's got Clemson here. And it's a shame when Clemson can come in there and take T. Higgins and them out of downtown Knoxville and take them into South Carolina and made him a superstar. Hey, he's playing the NFL. He's a superstar. But the fan base has got to get together on this and quit whining about a coach. I'm going to support whoever is the coach at the University of Tennessee. I don't care who it is. They can put a woman out there. I don't care who it is. I'm going to support them. Fan base has got to come together. You got to quit all this junk on social media fighting each other. That's horrible. I did like the athletic director when he stood up and said that today. I'm proud of him about that. I think they went against the grain. They went and paid someone some good money. Now let's pay a coach. Let's get someone in here, support them. I don't care who it is. I'm going to support them. But go Vols. Billy, thank you for your service at the University of Tennessee. We appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. And hey, caller, before you go, not only did he get Higgins while he dropped off, but he also stole, because of Butch Jones, Goldilocks down there too, because he would have come to Tennessee. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. If he had somebody that really wanted him.
Yeah. Did I just say that coach's name that I forbade to ever be mentioned on the Volunteer Roadshow? Did I say his name?
You keep saying it. You say you're not going to say it. Hey, and I love what the caller
I did too. I was probably our best caller in a long time.
He just said something that I just don't get it with people wanting Hugh Freeze to come here. I mean, I get what he's doing at Liberty. I get it. I get he's doing a great job over there. But we're talking about bringing in a coach that got fired for what we're supposedly fired our coach for.
Yeah. And if we can forgive Freeze, then why couldn't we forgive Lane Kiffin? Because there's a lot of people that say I can't forgive him. That's a good point.
And that's what I was saying too. I mean, yes, what he did was, like he said, childish. It was, and I know he will say it to this day that if he can take it all back.
I think he did say that, didn't he?
Yeah, he said it plenty of times because he know that if he would have stuck it out, and I'm going out on a limb here, if he would have stayed at Tennessee, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now as far as wins, losses. I think he would have had a lot of success, and I think he probably would have beaten Bama by now.
I think he would have too. But the only thing that wouldn't have been able to do is he wouldn't have been an Alabama assistant and beat him. But I didn't care.
Yeah, it wouldn't even matter because he would be doing what Nick is doing in a sense. He got coaches leaving, going here and there. Because you got to understand, think about all the coaches that Lane Kiffin brought to Knoxville.
Yeah.
Go look at the list of coaches he had and look where these coaches are at now.
Yeah. Yep. Patrick Arwood, Deion Sanders would be a great hire. Matt's, I like Chadwell from Coastal Carolina and Tony Elliott from Clemson. Josh, Okie Brave, Josh Heupel. That'd be a good one, he says. Freeze gets a boatload of money at Liberty. You can't pay him at Tennessee. Is Liberty paying him that much money?
I mean, they're not paying him what he'll make here.
What's he making over there?
I'm not sure. I'll tell you exactly.
Is he making $1 million?
Yeah, most definitely making that.
Somebody just gave me a 15-yard penalty on Facebook for saying the coach's name. The human cliche machine. Resilient. I'm just being resilient.
Let's see here.
BVD wants me to call him after the show. I will, Big Vol Daddy. Somebody says, David Hall says, I wish we could bring that guy back that recovered Sterner's fumble back in the day. You mean that Sterner stumble and fumble? Hey, do we have that on here? We sure do. Here's the audio to that.
Oh, man.
You want to hear the audio?
2026.
Call it 12 to go for the first down. Sterner lost the football. Oh, Oh, my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered.
That'll never get old. I think I'm going to listen to it again. That never gets old. Hit the like button on Facebook if you want to hear it again.
Sterner lost the football. Oh, my goodness! He stumbled and fumbled, and Billy Ratliff recovered.
Maybe we can get some people calling in about where they were and how they felt when that happened, if they were watching it. You know, I think there's close to 2 million people that said they were actually at that game, kind of like Woodstock.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like Woodstock.
So Hugh Freeze is making almost $3 million a year over there.
$3 million? What you talking about, Willis? $3 million?
Yep, that's what he said. It says his average salary is about $3 million per year.
Oh my goodness! I didn't think he'd be making that much money over there.
I would stay over there. That would be me. I would stay over there. I'd be just like how Cutcliffe went to Duke. Duke, he don't want to go anywhere else.
Walter Williams wants to know if you have any eligibility left, Billy.
Man.
Not when I get done with him. So most of you don't know. We were doing a live stream middle of the season, and somebody asked me, hey, Catfish, do you think you could block Billy one-on-one? And without even dropping a thought, I said, heck yes. And so that kind of set up this Bobby versus Billy thing, where we're going to be doing all kinds of Bobby versus Billy. We've got them on our YouTube channel right now, on Volunteer Roadshow's YouTube channel. We've already done darts. I wore you out in darts. I knew quarter pitching. I knew better than to challenge a brother in quarter pitching. I knew, but you know what? I wasn't scared of you, because back in school,
you scared everybody else, didn't you?
Man, they called me lean because I could lean it against the wall.
You took,
but I couldn't get. I lost my touch. My touch. But in horse, so everybody thought you were going to beat me in horse, but I beat you.
Well, you beat me bad too. I didn't let you win. You beat me good.
But anyway, so we're going to be doing this one-on-one. Jarvis Rito played right tackle and left tackle. Which position did he play first? Right tackle first or left tackle?
He's a left tackle first.
Then he moved when Chad Clifton. Then he moved
over to the
right tackle. He's going to train me. So Jarvis, if you hear this, if you're watching this, he's going to train me. He's going to show me some of the moves. They called it Lover's Lane in practice, where they would line up one-on-one, and I guess the offensive player had to block the defensive player from getting by him. Yeah. But I've got a secret. I'm gonna put a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie back there behind me, and you ain't getting to it. But he's gonna train me. He's gonna give me some exercise, and I'm gonna start this beach body routine. I'm gonna start losing. I don't know if I should I lose weight, or do I need to be light on my feet to go against you?
I'm gonna tell you like this here.
Don't be talking smack.
I'm gonna run through you like a knife through butter.
You really think so?
Yes, and at the same time with the peace sign going right by you.
Even with an oatmeal cream pie back there, you think you can get by me?
The oatmeal cream pie gonna run too.
And you're not gonna eat it in my face, are you?
Nope. I don't even have to touch you. I'm gonna blow by you.
I mean, you're not gonna eat that oatmeal cream pie in my face when you get to it, because you won't be able to get to it.
Nope. I'm gonna throw it in the river so you can't get it.
Well, anyway, Jarvis Rito's gonna train me. Jeff Coleman, one of your DTs, back when you played, he said he's got some moves. They're secret, where I can keep you from getting by me.
It's going to take, here. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to start training Monday.
You got knee surgery, don't you, coming up? Or
they
postpone it?
I might cancel my surgery just so I can do this.
Well, let's go tomorrow then. The weather's going to be tomorrow. I think I don't need no training.
You're going to need something. Because that beach,
now I'm starting to get mad.
That beach body diet ain't going to get it. I'm going to tell you right now. That's beach body. You hear that? That's beach body.
Well, we're fixing to see.
I'm coming with the CB diet.
I'm going to mute you over there. I'm muting you.
Country boy.
I'll mute you. You're muted. We got a caller. 281 area code. Let's see. Tim, I guess. Let me click the talk button. There we go. How you doing? What you got for Billy Ratliff and Catfish? Who do you think would win on one-on-one blocking? Billy, Ratliff, or me?
Probably Billy.
Oh, come
on. Yeah, I wanted to chime in on the coaching hire.
What you got?
Well, I'm definitely not for Kiffin. You know, he left us in the middle of the night. Plus, we were under 2 years of NCAA sanctions behind his recruiting. Not to mention the deal with the hospitality girls. And so
I forgot
don't
about
think
that.
He's a good look for us.
I forgot about that.
So, yeah.
Well, who would you want? Who do you want?
Look for us.
Who do you want?
Matt Campbell, Iowa State. That would be the guy.
Oh yeah.
He's
really turned that program around over there.
Yeah. I think he'd be an excellent hire. I don't know if we can get him because he said money doesn't matter, but
is he from there?
I think he would be an excellent hire.
Well, is he from Iowa State? Is that why he said money doesn't matter, or is he from somewhere else?
No, he just liked the challenge there, I think.
Yeah. There's not a lot of expectations being at Iowa State. They're the number 2 fiddle. But who did they beat this year? He has motivated
that team of guys, you know, they're not 4 and 5 stars, you know, and so he's really motivated that team, and he's done an excellent job there.
Yeah. Well, that's a good hire. Who else would you want? Let me ask you a question. If we can't hire somebody if we can't hire a good coach, are you in favor of keeping Kevin Steele for a year and see what he can do?
No, I don't think so. I think if we Billy Napier at Lafayette would be Louisiana Lafayette. I think that would be a good hire also.
Did I hear that Peyton was helping out with the coaching search, or is that just rumor?
That's a political. That's just a something for people to talk about. Peyton, what is he going to do?
The chancellor said that.
What is he going to do?
The chancellor said today that Danny White was going to make the hire.
Sounds good on paper when you have someone, they say Peyton is helping.
Yeah, it does sound good. That's what got Matt Gates his job at Miami, and he didn't do too well. And then he got fired at the Jets. But he was a good mind. I don't know why he didn't do good.
Yeah, I will compare that to your 5-star offensive line we had last year.
Don't start on that with me. Don't start on that with me. We had the talent. I don't know. It was coaching.
I believe that you want to.
It was Will Friend. He couldn't coach him up. He was too nice a guy. Do you think we're going to keep T or Jay Graham?
I personally think this is going to be a clean house situation.
Call him up.
I think it's going to be a clean house situation. You know, it's going to be more of a guilty by association.
Maybe so. Well, what else you got for us, caller? I'm glad we just started this call-in show back up this Friday today. First time in a year, I think, maybe over a year. We just been doing live show, but we're going to try to do this a lot more. So, do you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter? Where do you normally watch us at?
I follow you on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
yeah, I'm subscribed on YouTube. Yeah.
Cool. What you need to do is go to volunteerroadshow.com and register for a profile account. You can't do much right now. It's going to be like Facebook for Tennessee fans, but we're going to turn some things on. And then you email Bobby C at volunteerroadshow.com from the email address you signed up for, and I'll send you a free Tennessee face mask off the website.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. You have a good one. Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
Okay, you too. All right, bye-bye.
Man, we've been kicking butt on it. We should have been doing this the whole time. I should have listened to you.
Yeah, a lot of people should listen to me.
Man, this has been awesome.
Yes.
Somebody's over here flapping their gums about me. What did it say? Oh, Brock Hunter says, hit the weights, Catfish. I'm going to be hitting the weights.
Yeah.
People's not giving me any credit. They need to start putting some respect on me.
I'm going to tell you what the weights you going to hit.
What?
The one where you can't wait to eat.
David Hall wants to know, he says, I wonder if anybody that doesn't want Kiffin because they are butthurt over when he left has ever gotten a second chance in life. The man can coach. If we don't get him, he will hang 50 on Tennessee the next time we see him. Just watch. Kathy Blaler, don't even think about bringing Kiffin back here. We didn't burn him in effigy for nothing. Walter Williams, man, they're piling on. Why are they piling on me? Ain't nobody.
What they say? I want to hear it.
I ain't reading that.
Come on, read it, man.
I ain't reading it. Walter Williams says the buffet ain't considered weights. Y'all keep laughing. Keep laughing all you want. I got a caller to get. Don't make me mute you, Billy.
He said it ain't considered weights.
You got to walk to the buffet. How you doing, caller? Before you tell us what you're calling about, who do you think's going to win this one-on-one blocking? Me, Catfish. I weigh 255, or Billy Ratliff. You think I got a chance?
I think you do.
See,
I think you'll win it.
That's right. Already my favorite caller.
I'm from Georgia, and I've always been a Tennessee fan my whole life. And, growing up down here, the only one in my family a Tennessee fan, it's kind of hard, seeing the program struggle the last 10 years, really, 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, what do y'all think, honestly, of Gus Malzahn as a new head coach for Tennessee? He's a proven winner. And I feel we have more to offer than, say, Auburn does.
Billy, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I think he's got wasn't he a high school coach before he went to Auburn or something like that? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I mean, he drew up some plays. I know everybody was wanting to get rid of him in Auburn. I don't know why. He won a bunch of ball games. I don't know. Maybe sometimes the new scenery will help somebody. I don't have a problem with Gus Malzahn. I know we'll probably be ridiculed all over the internet, but I don't care. Like Leonard Little said on our show, when did they fire him? Monday this week? He was on, and Leonard Little said, and I know you know that name, said, I don't care if the guy's from Alaska or where he's from or what he looks like or where he's been, as long as he wins some ball games.
Oh.
And that's what I think exactly, because, he was, 68 and 35 at Auburn or something like that?
Something like that.
So that was just my opinion, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion on that.
Well, give me your opinion there, Billy Ratliff.
Well, no doubt it'll be a good hire, but Tennessee needs something else, man. Need fresh blood, fresh. And when I mean fresh, I mean someone. Me personally, I'm serious. We got to have an offensive-minded coach that comes here that has been successful, or someone that comes from the NFL that's been successful what they're doing and bring it to the college. I understand that he was a great coach at Auburn, but they fired him for a reason. And the reason was he wasn't able to get over the hump. And that's to win championships. And that's
how many times did he beat Bama?
It doesn't matter how many times you beat Bama, but how many times he beat the other schools.
Yeah, I'm just was
wondering. The Bama, I get that. Right now that's everybody's national championship game is when they play Bama and hoping to beat Bama, but that's not how it's going to determine if you're a great coach or not. They fired him, and he's the only coach in the SEC that really had a consistent time of beating Bama.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. You got to be able to win your conference or the East or the West consistently before they consider you being a good coach. Georgia got rid of a good coach.
Mark Richt.
Yes.
Winning 9-10 games. Man, but I'd love to have that.
Yes. Tennessee got rid of a good coach with former because they wasn't consistently winning it every single year.
All right. Coach Fulmer. You played for him. Mm-hmm. You know how he does things.
Mm-hmm.
what caused the downhill slide at the end? Do you think it was just a couple of bad seasons and he would have kept and he'd have been winning? What do you think caused that? Was it recruiting? Give me your opinion, Billy.
Recruiting. I mean, it got to the point where I personally, like I always say, what made Tennessee successful when I played was the players. And the players, what I mean by that, when it came to recruiting, I recruited who I felt like I was comfortable with playing.
So the players did the recruiting?
Yes.
What do you mean by that? How did that work?
So here, Bobby, if I don't like you and we play the same position, this is not going to work. Now, if you come here and we can gel together and we're synchronizing, I don't need to know what you did in high school because you wouldn't be here if you wasn't good.
Now, I have to say, I've always wondered why we had so many defensive linemen that were kept rotating in, and I'm like, how do they get along? Were y'all really brothers and got along, all of you?
You see that to this day, Bobby. I mean, you see all of my teammates. Yeah. I mean, we still cool to this day. You know, we may not talk for years, and then we come together. It's like we was just together yesterday. It's that part of. If you came on a recruiting trip when I played, and I've seen it happen, and you told me something like, if I come here, I'm going to get the number 40. That's my jersey. Guess where you're not coming to school at?
They ain't getting 40,
exactly.
Are they?
You're not coming to Tennessee. I'm going, Coach. No, that ain't going to work, Coach.
You think that was social media that's caused all this?
Social media has changed
superstar?
Everything. It changed everything because everything has went to a me situation.
And they had the star system come out. And
I mean, the star system really already been out there. They just didn't call it a star system. It was just the top players in the state or whatever. It just wasn't a star situation. But it's gotten overrated now. Because there are people out there getting stars that shouldn't even have a star.
Well, I got a surprise for you I'm working on where I've got the whole class of 95, all the big names and some clips. I'm working on it.
The best class ever.
There were some great players.
I'm telling you, some great players on that thing. Great players.
Wow. Chad Clifton, Billy Ratliff, Al Wilson, and Leonard Little. Everybody that was all your boys that I get to hang out with. Says that Leonard Little was not in the class of 95. But you were right. It was listed as a class of 95. But anyway, I hate to keep flapping my gums, caller. What else you got?
That's it. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the only show I can ever get into to talk to.
I appreciate
y'all taking my call.
Yeah.
And it was great talking to y'all. Thank y'all very much.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for calling, man.
See you.
Yes, thank y'all. Bye.
And we got 5 lines that they can call in, and you can hear the show while you're on hold. This has been we need to do this call-in show every week.
Oh, man. I typically don't tap myself on the back or give myself that kind of credit, but, you know, this time I'm about to just say, told you so.
Well, if you're right, you're right.
A lot of people don't think right is right.
No, but I'll admit it. We need to do this more often, like every show. We need to do it so often that everybody's got the number 865-424-1342 memorized, and they just call and put it on their speed dial. That's what we need to do. I wonder who's Jeff Coleman, who does the Cold World podcast. Have you actually had time to listen to his last show that he did? I produced it. I edited it. It was freaking awesome. Joey Kent. Was on the show.
But I know it was awesome just because of who he had on the show. I can always tell you it's going to be a good show.
It was great. I heard some things about Joey that I didn't even know, and I'm going to be putting it on. I put it on Facebook too. It's on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
And the website. It's over an hour long, and it's like Fred White's show was an hour and like 50 minutes, but it did not feel like an hour and 50 minutes.
Well,
neither did Joey Kent. It didn't seem like an hour and 15 minutes.
Well, when you're in tune in something that you're detailed about, and you're listening to someone that almost sounds like yourself in a sense, because these guys have been through a lot of stuff that people don't know about. You know,
his NFL days, that was something I didn't know about.
They're humans.
very much. That's I'm sitting here recording the show. You know, I'm online. You know, they're talking. I'm muted, and I'm sitting here thinking, man, I'm living a freaking dream. All these guys that I get to listen to and talk to on the phone and interact with and get to hear their story, and everybody watching us right now can go watch that and the Cold World podcast. That's probably going to be one of our biggest shows. Jeff Coleman is doing a very good job, and Joey Kent, everybody knows the play number one. I've got it on there. I've got some highlight clips, and they're just like their old buddies. How many years did they play together? 2? He was the year after Joey, wasn't he? So they played 3 years with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, The only thing about the Cold World podcast, now I'm not even going to say it because Jeff Coleman's probably listening.
What? Say it.
I think he needs to put some of his intro music on there instead of the intro music he picked out.
Hey, tell him he might do it.
Anyway, but it's a great show. Great show. Go check it out. Mark Taylor says, Billy, what you are saying is what I'm almost excited about with Danny, to say I'm talking to the players first. They will help with the process.
That's huge, man. I mean, that's huge. You got to go see. That's the part that people forget about, too. And I'm trying to think, who was it that said this here? Al Wilson said this a couple of years ago, is they forgot about the people that's actually doing the job. They forgot about the kids, forgot about what the kids want. Like, how do they feel about this coach? Do this coach, is he helping us or is he hurting us? I mean, there need to be evaluation with each kid, talk to them, and what really going on? Did you really like Coach Pruitt? Did you like Butch Jones? You need to know this stuff, because these kids would tell you, especially if they don't like the coach. Mm-hmm. Because I guarantee you, a lot of kids that played for Coach Jones back then would tell you some stuff that NCAA wouldn't like.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's just, I just wish they get back to that situation where the kids are, in a sense, interviewing the people that's coming to their school to play with them. And I understand that,
Who did that with you?
Everybody. I mean, that's just it. I mean, when I got to Tennessee on my recruiting trip, first thing they all said, hey, you ain't going to play linebacker? And they just joking with me like they do to this day. They still joke. Yeah. You going to put your hand on the ground? I'm like, I ain't putting my hand on the ground. And then, yeah, sure. You keep gaining weight like that, and that 3 meals a day, you going to – like, and sure enough, it happened like that. They told me the process when I came to Tennessee, the process – you would be great if you make it to the NFL. If that's what you want to do. You'll be successful whatever you do if you do the 3 things. Go to class, stay out of trouble, and stay healthy. If you can make all 3 of those there, you'll be a first-round draft pick.
I've heard you tell this story 2 or 3 times, but it's probably been a year since you've told your recruiting story. You was recruited by a bunch of D1 schools. Mm-hmm. Tell everybody again kind of that story about the airplane in Arkansas. Wouldn't that have been ironic because of your fame is really linked to Arkansas, how that would have changed.
That's crazy.
It's like the butterfly effect. But tell the story again and why you chose Tennessee and Antron. I believe the last time you told it was with Antron when he couldn't believe how big you was when you got on the plane. But go ahead and tell the story again about Arkansas and how you got to Tennessee and why you picked Tennessee over them other schools.
Well, I mean, Arkansas was recruiting me heavily. At that time, that told me that they was going to come down and pick me up on a plane and take me back. And we agreed, me and my mom agreed, and I'm going to go get on a plane. First time I ever flying. I've never flown before. So we get to the small airport right there in Fernwood, Mississippi, right there. And I get there and I see the plane. And the plane was one of those small planes that had those propellers on it, like I keep telling, like the Gilligan Island thing, that's what threw me off, because when I saw that plane, it made me think of that show, Gilligan Island, where the guys will always put a plane together or something, and they started with the brum, brum, and then they get it up and it always crashed. And that went through my head. I was like, I'm not getting on this plane. No. And my mom said, let's go. And we went back home. And Tennessee got word that I didn't get on the plane. And they heard the reason why I didn't get on the plane. Well,
this is the part I like the best. This part.
And
right,
when they got word about that plane, I remember Coach Sanders said, "Hey, we come down and get you next week, man." On the plane, I said, "Coach, man, I don't think I'm getting on the plane." He said, "Hey, don't worry about it. We got this. It's a big plane. It hold 20." I was like, "Okay, Coach. Well,
didn't it have a name? What was the name of it?
It was the Starship.
The Starship. Was it really that nice?
Man, it was nice, man. It was nice. It was like the Mercedes-Benz of planes.
So when you walked into that plane, there was nobody in there but the pilot and the stewardess?
Well, when I saw the plane, so you know when you see a brand new car just still got the plastic on it, that's what it looked like. It just came off the truck. And I don't even think it didn't have any propellers. You know, it was a jet. Yeah, it was a jet.
It was the real deal.
And I get on it, you know, I'm like, man, okay, Coach, I can do this. I think I can do it. But of course, me, I'm still scared as I don't know what, because I ain't never flown before. I get on, and you know, they got the flight attendant, the pilot, and we get on. And I'm still scared. And Coach Sanders, he over there trying to keep me calm and all that. And I said, "I'm all right, Coach." I just closed my eyes and just prayed. But when they came, got me on the Starship. And that's when I picked up Antron and Fernando Bryant.
Fernando, he went. Where'd he play? He went Alabama.
Alabama.
Wasn't he?
He played corner.
Then he went in the NFL too.
Yep. He was a good kid, good player.
So when you got to Knoxville, what was it that sold us over the other schools?
Well, it's basically what I'm talking about now is, the players, people in my class that I came in with and the guys that was there before me, they basically made me feel like I was at home. And it got, when I was there, I'm always, aware of my surroundings. I'm watching people. All my team has to tell you that I wasn't really outgoing and wasn't trying to go nowhere. I was always sitting down watching people. And, they always, because I know they thought I was somebody's dad, because I'm just sitting there watching people. They didn't think that I was one of the players. And I always associate all those players that I played with somebody that I played with in high school. They reminded me of somebody I played with in high school. But that's what it was, man. They made me feel at home. I mean, I felt comfortable with the guys. I mean, it was the only school that I went to that it felt like that. And that's what made me decide to come to Tennessee. But the ultimate reason was the fact that my mom told me that, I'm going that far away from home. She's going to still come see me. And I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to Tennessee.
Wow. I'm going to play this, and I think I can get the audio. This was from, man, it's been that long ago since we had Antron on.
Man, yeah, it's been over 2 years.
When I started out, I told Billy, I said, I'm going to get some people on here and try to surprise him. I got the first person I got to surprise Billy was Coach Fulmer. And then I think Antron was our second one, wasn't it?
Yep, and he kept trying he can't surprise me. I know all my boys, man. I know everybody. All I need is the voice, and I got it.
Let's see if I can get this. I want y'all to hear.
I'm ready, man. It's been a while, too.
Here we go.
That's the technical issues.
We have echo going on.
Well, I special guest. Can you tell everybody on the Volunteer Roadshow how you met Billy and about your first encounter with Billy Ratliff?
Well, let me tell you, man. I came
and
in.
Sean Peebles.
It was one of my recruiting trips, and it was one of me and my teammates, and we were headed to the University of Tennessee.
Before I keep going, I want to see y'all to put in the comments if y'all can hear that. I had a bad audio, but that's on the video. That's not with here. But make sure can y'all hear that coming through? I don't want to sit through 2 or 3 minutes of this story about getting on the plane with Billy if you can't hear it. But give me some ones if you can hear this, if you could hear that. And do I need to turn it up? Let's give it a second here and see what we got. Anybody give us some ones? I know we got some delays on how long it takes to get on Facebook, but can y'all hear the audio? Give me some ones. Yes, y'all can hear it. All right, here we go. Here's a story of Billy doesn't know who's calling in. He has to guess who it is, and telling the story about this big jet. Hold on. Here we go.
And we Coach Cutcliffe come and gets us, and we walking to the plane, and we walked up the steps to get into the plane, and I got probably about 2 feet from the door. Fernando walks in, and then I come in right behind him, and I see this big giant sitting in the back of the plane, look like a grown man. I said, man, if I got to play with people this size right here at University of Tennessee and I'm coming out of high school, I'm going to have a problem. This is ridiculous. Billy Ratliff was sitting in the back of the plane looking like a monster. And I said, Jesus, Lord have mercy. This boy's big. I gave him a handshake, and he grabbed my whole forearm, man. I said, shit, this is going to be a problem. And, man, it was Billy Ratliff. I said, man, where you from? He said, Mississippi. I said, Lord have mercy. I said, man, this is a monster right here in the back of this seat. Fernando was looking at him like he was a beast. And, man, we took that trip to Tennessee, man, and that was the first time I met Billy Ratliff. And come to find out, he was a baby Warren Sapp. One of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life, man. That didn't get the opportunity, man. I love that dude to death. He's like my brother. We're all brothers, man. We got a brotherhood that's so special at the University of Tennessee during that era, man. I don't think people understand how much we love each other, man. And Billy Ratliff, one of my best friends, I love him to death, man. And I'm sure he know who I am right now, but
yes.
Grammarly does.
We got a commercial, but hang on just a second. We'll get past this commercial.
Megatron, what's going on, Antron Peoples, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I am doing good, man. I'm blessed, man. Hey, thanks for being on the show, man. Hey, I done told Bobby, man, it's hard. It's gonna be hard to surprise me with any of my boys, man. We go back so far where, I know everybody. I don't forget anybody, and out of all people, Megatron is on here, and hey, I'm gonna clear that story up a little bit for you too.
You remember that? Can you believe that was May 24th of 2019?
Wow, it don't seem like it's been that
year
long.
And a half.
Don't seem like it's been that long, man.
Man, that's a great story. Great story. Well, anyway, guys, man, we've been on here a while. We're going to do this regularly, maybe do a lot more shows than just Friday. We've been on here an hour and 18 minutes. It don't seem like it, but we're going to do more. And if you guys have any ideas, but don't forget, put them in the comment section. Don't forget to win this print. There's a lot of ways to win. Like and follow the Facebook page. Each thing you do gives you a chance to win. Comment on a show, like it, share it. Subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. Our main channel, Volunteer Roadshow. We're not doing live shows on there, but I put the live shows on after the show, and all the Cold World podcasts go straight to Volunteer Roadshow. Alexis Hornbuckle and Maria Duke put their shows on there. And but our live channel is Roadshow Locker Room. Y'all can find all of those. Just type that in the search bar at YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at Vols Roadshow. And the website, be a profile member. Free. Just sign up. And we're going to start turning on some more forums and ways to win. And everybody gets a profile. Did I tell you I did this, Billy, where if you we've got an automatic emailer thing that anybody that signs up for a profile, and if you already signed up and you didn't get it, go check your spam. I don't know where it goes to, but you get 20% off of everything in the store on your first order. 20%. And we don't just sell Tennessee stuff. You go to the store, we've got about every Power 5 team on there. We've got stuff sitting in this room back over here, and we fulfill the orders ourselves. And we'll even do something. If you want something signed by Billy, we'll even include that. You buy something from Tennessee on the store. We've had people special request Billy to sign it. Your signature's worth a lot more than mine.
And I'll be happy to do it too.
Yep. Anyway, Tim says that print needs to be here with me. Tennessee Tim in South Carolina. Well, I just told you how you can get it. And sometime between now and kickoff for the first game, we're going to be giving it off. We also got a big, nice Tennessee lamp and a barrel lid. It looked like a Jack Daniels whiskey barrel lid. It's got the Tennessee logos on it. So there's all kinds of ways you can win. But anyway, guys, it's been fun. Man, this has been fun.
Yes.
We're going to get on out of here. And appreciate you guys hanging with us. And you know how you can help us? Here's how you can help Billy and I. We started this thing. We've got all kinds of VFLs doing stuff for us. But if, support Tennessee Tap House. Small business right now needs help. Go into Tennessee Tap House, buy you a beer, buy you an entree, and tell them, hey, I heard about you on Volunteer Roadshow. That helps us. All those things I mentioned that you can do to win this print, that helps us. If you need some air conditioning, HVAC work, heating, call them up. Just get an estimate and tell them, hey, I heard Billy Ratliff and this big ugly dude tell you how great they are. They're veteran-owned, USS Tennessee, retired Navy, Blue Water Climate Control, Jeremy. Tell them, hey, I saw you on Volunteer Roadshow. Come out here and give me an estimate. Come service our HVAC. They came here in the Volunteer Roadshow studios and cleaned all the duct work and everything. That was an amazing process. And go to Hound Dogs. Tell Jesse, say, dang it, I seen you sponsor the Volunteer Roadshow, and then he'll start saying, that dang Catfish. Anyway, love you, Jesse, the owner over there, and Don Lowe. But anyway, guys, we're going to get on out of here, and I think we should get out of here. What do you think we should get out of here?
Just don't play the last $2 on them, though.
No, I don't. We're saving that. Hey, we need to do that tomorrow. We need to do our pick'ems in the morning. But we're going to go out to Rocky Top. Check us out tomorrow. We'll be live on here sometime tomorrow. We're going to start getting the schedules going. But we appreciate you, and we love every one of you, don't we, Billy?
Yes, sir.
And as bad as I'm going to hurt you in that one-on-one blocking, I love you. I want you to know that ahead of time. I don't want, you know what I mean.
Yep. That's what I'm going to say. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
Cold but fair.
Are we really going to do cornhole tomorrow?
Yeah, we do that tomorrow.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Go Vols.